Hello! The last few days I have been playing and testing different things with the Red Dragon Archfiend deck, and this is my favorite build so far. So I built this deck for going first, so I play only one copy of the hand traps, all the usual hand traps for crossout designator. So one Droll and Lockbird, one Maxi, one Ash Blossom, one Imperm, then as for the resonators, I play 3 Soul Resonators. It's the most important resonator. 1 Crimson for the combo, 1 Vision as a searcher, and 1 Synchron. That's for the Supernova combo, to summon Supernova. Then, of course, 3 copies of Bone Archfiend, most important non-tuner and starter for the combos. Earthbound Prisoner 1, it's a searcher. Then I play 1 copy of Tuning Gum. This card is underrated in my opinion. It works great in this deck. You can use Bone Archfiend to send Tuning Gum to the grave during your first turn. During either player's turn, when a card effect is activated that targets exactly 1 synchro monster you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard, negate the activation. This can win you a game often. If your opponent, for example, plays Imperm on a resonator, or not on a resonator, I mean on the synchro. For example, if they Imperm Red Rising Dragon, Effect Veiler, Tuning Gum can negate it. So this card came in clutch many times. Then I play 1 copy of Shining Star Dragon. This card basically allows you to synchro summon a level 10 synchro on your opponent's turn by reviving a synchro monster from your grave. So usually you revive Red Rising Dragon from your grave and summon Dissipator on your opponent's turn. Then the Bestial cards, Bestial Magnum Hut. This one searches out the Shining Star Dragon from the deck. Lubellion searches out Magnum Hut. Also you can special summon it from the grave, attributing a dragon, and then with its effect you can add the spell to your hand. This spell, branded regained. If a light or dark monster is banished, you can target one of those monsters, place it on the bottom of your deck, and if you do, draw 1 card. So that's card advantage basically. And then I play 1 copy of Kashtira Fenrir and Kashtira Unicorn. You want your opponent to have banished cards for Dissipator effects, level 10 synchro monster, Bestial Dissipator. Because if your opponent has banished card, you can use the effect to shuffle it back and negate an opponent's monster effect. That's why the Kashtira, those two, Fenrir and Unicorn, have great synergy in this deck with this Pete. So one copy of those and also one copy each of Pressured Planet to search one of those out, and permanent spell Kashtira Birth, one copy each. Then of course Resonator Call, 3 copies to search the resonators. 1 Foolish Burial and 3 Void Apocalypse. This is basically an additional Foolish Burial in this deck, and Bone Archfiend requires you to send a card to the grave to special summon it, so since this is a permanent spell, you can also use it after using the Foolish Burial-like effect. You can use it as material to send to the grave for Bone Archfiend. Then I play 3 copies of Reasoning, an underrated card in my opinion that works very well in this deck because most of your monsters are different levels. So you can get a free special summon, and also because this card has many cards. I think I said it the wrong way. I mean, this deck has many cards that have effects in the grave or that you want in the grave. So Reasoning works great in this deck. 1 Resonator Engine, mainly to add the Shining Star Dragon to your hand. 1 Triple Tactics Talent. 1 Crimson Gaia. 1 copy is enough in my opinion, because you already have so many searches for the resonators, and Crimson Gaia can be searched by the Vision Resonator, and this can be easily sent to the grave, so 1 copy of Crimson Gaia is enough. You can only activate 1 per turn. 2 Called by the Grave, Cross Out, Imperm, mainly for Cross Out. Oops, I think I didn't mention this one. 2 copies of Red Lotus King. I think 1 is not enough and 3 is too many. 2 is the perfect amount for Red Lotus King in my opinion. And if this is used as a synchro material, you can send a trap card from your deck to the grave. And usually you send Red Rain, or if you go second, or if Red Rain is already in the grave, or if you're second, sometimes this is better, Time to Stand Up. It's another great effect. While you control a level 10 or higher Dark Dragon Synchro, you can banish this from the grave, negate an opponent's monster effect, and if you do 1 Synchro monster you control gains 2000 attack until the end of next turn. Red Zone, 1 copy. This can also be searched by Crimson Gaia and Vision Resonator. And I also play 1 copy of Scrap Iron Signal. I like this card. While you control a synchro monster that mentions a synchro monster as material, which is basically any time in this deck, when your opponent activates monster effect, negate the activation, and after that set this card face down instead of sending it to the grave. And extra deck, 1 level 5, sometimes I need a level 5 Samsara. Of course, 3 Rising Dragon for level 7. I play the Moon Eating Dragon. 1 Archfiend, 1 Scarlet Dragon Archfiend, 1 Scarred Dragon Archfiend, 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, One level 10 hot red Archfiend. Of course this Peter. Then just in case, Satellite Warrior, if you play against some unusual decks with annoying permanent cards or some battle traps like Magic Cylinder you want to destroy before attacking. That's why I play one copy of this just in case, and there was an empty spot anyways. Of course, Supernova, boss monster you usually try to summon, and sometimes with Shining Star Dragon you can also summon Crimson Dragon if you have a level 8 Synchro in your grave, and then you can use Crimson. If you have Supernova you can use Crimson to summon Stardust, Cypher, Divine. And as for the combos, the combo I usually play is I usually go for Supernova on turn 1. And the usual way is to special summon Bone Archfiend, reduce its level by 1, normal summon Soul Resonator and add Red Lotus King to the hand. Then use Soul Resonator and the level reduced Bone Archfiend. And you reduce the level by sending a monster from your deck to the graveyard, and you send, if you want to be on the safe side, you can send Tuning Gum. But if you have a negate in your hand, you can go for Supernova, or if Tuning Gum is already in the grave. Then I usually send Crimson Resonator to the grave. So then if you Synchro level 6 after sending a monster to the grave, summon Red Rising Dragon, you can revive the Crimson Resonator you sent to the grave with Bone Archfiend, and then activate Crimson Resonator's effect to summon another Soul Resonator level 3 and Synchron Resonator level 1. So now you have Red Rising Dragon on the field and Crimson Resonator, Soul Resonator and Synchron Resonator. Then you special summon the Red Lotus King you added with Soul Resonator, make another, so the second Red Rising Dragon, and revive the tuner. So you have all 3 tuners on the field again, and then you can special summon one of the 2 Red Rising and the 3 tuners to Supernova Dragon. And of course Red Lotus King sends a trap to the grave that you can add then back to your hand because you summoned another Red Rising Dragon and then the Supernova after. Then you can add the Red Rain you sent to the grave with Red Lotus King to the hand. And Red Rain and Supernova, that's usually game. Very few decks can outplay this. Usually only decks that tribute your monsters. If your monster doesn't get tributed by Kaiju or Lava Golem or Ras Fear Mode or stuff like that, or some spells, or Super Polymerization is also bad, of course. Otherwise there's few decks that get around this combo, and also often you have Red Rain and Red Zone, so you can bring it back on the same turn and can use Supernova Dragon 2 times on the same turn. I have many replays of this deck, so I'm going to show you a few in this video, but there are too many to put it all in one video, it would be too long. So I am going to make another video with more replays of this deck. So subscribe, you don't miss that video. And also I have another deck I'm going to make a video on. I'm going to upload the video on the other deck also in the coming days. And that other deck is even better in my opinion. I didn't keep count, so I don't know for sure, but I think the other deck has a slightly higher win rate than this one. So subscribe, you don't miss the next video. Now to the replays.